Adam back here from Peddling Pizza. So it is a rainy day on my market. Look, it started to rain, so I thought I'd do a little video stretching a bass, because I've been asked about it a few times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one out, so I'll crack on with it. Hopefully you can see here. I've got my tray of dough, I'll just show you. So tray of dough, fresh tray. I put 14 in this one. These dough has been fermenting now for probably near on 24 hours. It's been in balls for about 6. So what I'll do is I'll get a little bit of flour. The reason I put 14 in them, sometimes it's just easier to get the first one out. So I'm just going to cut down the edge of each like a dough ball. Get underneath it and just up. There you go. So here we go over here. I'm going to put you down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Pull the flour and turn it upside down. So this is the underside, and then flip it back up. Just make sure it's coated and I get a nice circle. So you go, I'll move you here so you can see. Basically starting from the middle, sort of around here, I'm going to just use these fingers. I'm wearing gloves, my fingers get dry and it's easier when I'm taking money, I can just whip them off and clean my hands. Anyway, so just push like this, leaving this rim here. Right, and then what I do is I just flip it over, so that's now where the bottom was, and I push up from the top, from the bottom even to the top. And I'm just pushing the air out to that crust. It's going to help create your ledge, your cornicione. Any little bubbles like this, I just pinch them off now. Any sort of big ones that I don't like, because they'll blister up. I'm just going to flip it over, I'm going to do it again. There you go, a little blister there, and again. And then I do, so this one you can kind of like spin it like that if your surface is nice and smooth. But what I do is I wait until it's about the size of my hand, so I can fit my hand comfortably in it. And I put my hand here, I get underneath it here, I flip it over to this one, and I slap it down. And at the same time I'm twisting the base. So I'm going like that, I'm slapping it down. So then, and then what you do is you just stretch it out. Slap, stretch, slap, stretch, slap, stretch, like that. Clean the surface down and you've got a nice base. That is probably about 9 or 10 inches. I'll top it and then it will get a final little extra stretch when it goes on the peel. So what I'm going to do, I'll just do you a classic Margherita. So at this point, just one sec, the ovens, I'm running them on low at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this one up to full. I'll put that on full pelt, that will raise the air temp up, because the base temp of that's probably about 450. So back to the Margherita. So a little bit of hard cheese, I use Grana Padano. Some nice fresh basil leaves. Some Fiordelette mozzarella. That'll do. A little bit of olive oil. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this onto this peel. Hopefully you can see. Just make sure it's nice and clean and dry. I'm going to get my fingers underneath and I'm just going to confidently slide it on, keeping it low. And then I'm just going to adjust it. I'm just going to try not to pinch it too much. Look what I'm doing. Just going to get underneath and I'm just stretching it out to the limits of the peel. Rejig any toppings you need. So I'm happy with that and it's ready for the oven. So I will bring you with me. There we go, right, I'm going to pick up this peel. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant it right to the back, and I'm just going to, one swift movement, I'm going to go all the way out like that. Okay. And I'll spin this one-handed so you can see. You'll see it rising up at the back. It's starting to rise up now, the hot air is rising up through the base. Just going to get my peel in there. I like to heat up my peel, it feels like it slides under better. And I'm just going to try and get under this edge. I'm just going to have a little peek. Right, and that's now, I'm going to break the seal and it's ready for its first turn. So I just pull it towards me, just like one edge. So I'm just lifting one edge and I just plant it back down in the same position. See, it's nicely cooking on the underside there. Always put it back in the same place. Otherwise it will burn on that little edge. It'll hit a hot spot. See, it's all puffing up nicely. I give it a full 180 turn so you get a nice even puff on the rim. It's nicely cooked, always checking the underside. And that's now done on the underside, so I'm going to lift it up and I'm just going to spin it. Just until I'm happy with that base. And there you go, we're done. So I'm going to bring it out. There you go. Cool. Put it on a plate. And there you go. Let's put this down. That is one Pedaling Pizza classic Margherita. If you look at the underside, nicely cooked. If you look at this, you've got nice air, nothing but air in that crust. Beautiful. So there you go. I hope that helped you in stretching and cooking, topping and cooking a pizza. It's quite simple. There you go. See you next time. Bye.